Okay. How am I gonna do this? Shit. Oh no, my earrings are falling. Shit. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Sort of. Oh shit. Okay. Ah. Okay. I'll wait a little bit before going live. Or rather, talking about whatever. Come on. Okay. How y'all can differentiate. Is anybody gonna pop in, or should I just start running my mouth right now? I don't even know if anybody can see this. I have to add more people tomorrow. Okay. Yes, this is Ellie. I'm in Paloma to do some work today. She's a messy one. So, okay. That's good. It's like some frozen shit. Right? Okay. Ugh. Hold up. This is not gonna work. It's not dark enough. Where is it? Oh, where the fuck? Okay. There we go. All right. Perfect. So, what am I here to talk about? What am I here to talk about? Okay. So, it was obvious that the antipsychotics were not working, which is why every single time that stupid bitch of a doctor tries to convince us to start antipsychotics, that's an automatic no. No, bitch, we don't need your antipsychotics. This is not Ellie anymore. Who are we today? I don't even fucking know. Okay. So, we do just fine with the mood disorder medications and medications to help with sleep as needed. We do not take that on a regular basis because it doesn't help. Or it does, but it doesn't. Does that make sense? So, here's what has been... We've done some research in regards to why we kept on blacking out. Or rather, why Paloma kept on blacking out. With the antipsychotics still in the system, I don't know how long it takes, maybe about a week or so before it all, fully leaves the system when you stop taking it. It wasn't until we arrived back at home and got a few days of sleep, like normal sleep. It might have been in several days. I don't recall. But it took getting that out of the system as well as the sleep in a more familiar place before things went back to normal. And it honestly was really fucking scary and weird. Particularly when in the hospital on the antipsychotics. It seems that when the antipsychotics are in our system, the ability to switch is a lot more apparent. And what Paloma had not discovered until being in that hospital was what the clinical term describes as internal worlds. Now, the way that we can recall that internal world being exposed to us was, in a sense, we were in one spot, one position, whether it be laying down or sitting up, and feeling like paralyzed. Like you could talk, you could look around, sort of, but like I felt like I remember laying down and looking up and seeing like one or two familiar faces, but then there were other faces, like people standing over me, and I felt like I was being subjected to like water torture in a sense, like just pouring crap in my mouth and trying to get me to say somebody's name. I don't think that this was outright said. I remember there were people that were talking and trying to convince me of something, and it wasn't until I finally said Billy Joel's name that they finally stopped torturing me. And I remember like trying to sit up, but there was like this pressure. For some reason it felt like it was this pressure in my chest to keep me from getting up. And there were other occasions that were similar to that. One that was like suggesting that I was just like a puppet of sorts. One of the familiar faces was my roommate at the time, I think. Yeah. So it was my roommate at the time, and I remember her trying to convince me to stay put and go to sleep. And she said that she had to like take control or something. It felt like everybody wanted me to go to. Everybody kept on telling me, go to sleep, you need to sleep. And it was like every time I tried to go to sleep, I would wake up like standing by the window or something. And multiple times I woke up like standing next to my roommate's bed, just standing there. And like there was it was really weird. It was really fucking weird. It was like the longer I was on these antipsychotics, the more out of control I felt. The more I felt like, I guess maybe deep down inside I knew that if I went to sleep that they would take over and I would wake up in a random place again. And that started happening even when I didn't go to sleep, when I was released and had nowhere to go to sleep because I didn't know the area and everything. And I didn't have money to take the subway or anything, so if I wanted to like go somewhere far away that the bus wouldn't go, then I was SOL. So fucking strange. It's like all this time I thought other people were trying to take over my body, when in all actuality it was these altars. And it was just so fucking strange, like waking up in random places. So I'm gonna read this about. Now I've pretty much deduced that this internal worlds thing that is referenced here is what I'd experienced while I was in the hospital. So it says many individuals with the ID have an internal world in which they or their alters can manifest as themselves and interact. These internal worlds, which are also known as inner worlds or headspaces, can range in size and complexity. A system with only a couple of alters might have an internal room in which alters that are internally active, awake, and aware might manifest. Others might expand this living room to include doors to bedrooms for groups of or individual altars. Some systems might have an entire house that is fully equipped with everything that the altars would feel that they need. Others might have small towns that may even be filled with static NPCs taken from the role-playing term non-player characters that can interact with altars but themselves are more similar to imaginary constructs than to actual altars or fragments. Even more expansive internal worlds can result when highly imaginative or dissociative systems use their inner world to retreat from the outside world and so play out entire stories within their mind. Altars may be perceived as having internal lives when not active in the outside world, and these inner lives may involve travel to other internal locations. It should be noted that because internal worlds are not objectively real, some subjective experiences of them may not be as concrete as they feel. For example, an altar that is harmed or even killed internally has not taken any actual damage and can still front or access the body, while to some degree aware of the abilities unless they learned them from valid sources in the outside world. Many internal happenings may be metaphorical or highly symbolic. As well, the brain is not capable of running a completely independent parallel track inside for every single altar who is active within the internal world. It is more likely that internal happenings are recreated false memories that are accessible as the altars involved connect with the front of the body and mind, become active in such a way as to be aware of or capable of interacting with the outside world, or connect with other altars who are currently capable of such. I'm going to link to these things. It's really like, it was really scary for me. Like, it literally felt like it was happening. Like I was being tortured to give information about who it was that I was trying to protect. Who, as many of you may know, was always Billy. Billy before me. I was always trying to protect him. And because of this newfound internal world that I had the displeasure of discovering, it reinforced my belief that Billy Joel was my soulmate, my lover, even my husband. But I've been convinced that I was abducted, and that was why all these bad things were done to me by the family. And that was the way that it was rationalized. Like there was a reason for the way that they treated me so horribly. The abuse that they put me through, the neglect that they put me through. There was a reason, and it was him. And he was my only way out. And coming back home to an empty apartment and no purpose. It was, it took me about, I guess, a week to finally give in and let up with this fantasy. Every night I would stay up and listen to music as if the music was guiding me to something. And at one point I said, I have to stop. I have to start going to sleep at regular times, and I have to stop chasing this fantasy, which obviously at the time I didn't think that it was a fantasy. What really struck me was I had reached out to one of the guitar players, and I know this sounds fucking crazy, but I was like, I'm not going to disrespect anybody by going to their home or anything like that. I'm not like that. And for a while, I was encouraged because this guy, although he didn't say anything to me, he wasn't blocking me, he wasn't calling me crazy or anything like that, so I felt a little bit hopeful that maybe he would reach out to Billy and I could finally have the life that I thought that I used to have back. And he finally, fucking blocked me. He blocked 2 of my Twitter accounts, and I was so fucking devastated. I was like, this is the only person, because Billy Joel's Twitter is run by other people. He doesn't see his Twitter account. So I thought maybe he could talk to him for me so that I could at least get answers to confirm or deny whether or not the way that I feel, the things that I feel during these episodes is true. Whether or not we actually had some sort of connection and maybe I'd been abducted and whatever. I mean, I can't trust my family because they always huddled and talked in secret about me and would block the door, and there was never any answers. Anytime I asked about anything from the past, there was never any answers. And so I was left with this hope that maybe somehow the way that I felt when I saw that documentary for the first time, The Bridge to Russia and everything, that it must have been because it was fate, because we would belong together. His music touches me and everything, and a lot of the songs remind me of the Codas Islands, the River of Dreams, all of these things. They are things that I've experienced, walking in the middle of the night and everything, not knowing what the hell I'm looking for, but so, I mean, it took me days to, oh man. So when he blocked me on those 2 accounts, I was like, well, shit. And now I feel devastated and crushed because that was a feeling of invalidation. He didn't believe me or whatever. And I was so freaked out. So I was I fucking messaged him on Facebook and I said I was sorry and that I was gonna leave. I didn't know that my tweets were bothering him or whatever, because I would sing at night. Because music always makes me feel more centered. And so when he blocked me, I was like, fuck this shit, I can't do this anymore. So I basically sent a message to Billy's fucking Twitter saying that, well, I'll always be here if you come back or some shit like that. I know it's not real. I mean, I wish it's just so hard to know that there are so many things that I will never be able to remember because of the way that I was brought up with my memories and pieces and shit. It's so fucking hard to accept that there was no reason for it at all and there's no light at the end of the tunnel, at least not in the way that I thought that there was. And so I spent one last night, it was a week and a half ago, maybe longer, I don't know. I don't even keep track of time anymore, it's just whatever. So I spent one more night listening to music, and until the sun rised, and then that was it. And I made a promise to myself that I was going to just stop doing that. And I still watch his stuff. And I miss that familiarity, that feeling of belonging. And like I said, it was this fugue, this state of mind, the internal world, all of that, it reinforced those feelings. I can't believe I still felt that way after spending so much time in misery in that stupid ass fucking city. In the bullshit state of New York. It hurts to know that there's like nobody out there. I really thought that we had like a history, and they just thought that I disappeared on him or whatever. Because then, if that was true, then I would have some purpose. I would have something to go back to that was far better than what I'd actually experienced throughout my life. It was so scary. Just like waking up to fucking like smashing my nose into a pole, or waking up and like seeing myself fucking harass these strangers for cigarettes in an area that I don't recognize. And in that period of time, I remember feeling like I see myself, I mean, I know I'm walking around, I know I'm talking to certain people, but I felt like I couldn't actually do anything. Like, in my head, I kept on saying, how do I, like, save this and, like, go back to whatever it was before, when I felt more in control. Like, I felt like I was playing a video game, like, so to speak. Like, wait, I was in my head, like, how do I save this spot and then go back to the last place where I remember myself being in control of my body. And, it wouldn't let up for a while. And that's why, like, that's how I ended up getting rid of everything that I had. Fucking had this fucking wheelie bag that I was trying to leave in some random spot in this area that I was in. And I kept on getting approached by police. Like, police kept on telling me, well, you know, you can't have it this close to the building or whatever, because people will think that it's like a bomb or something. And I remember, like, not even being able to, like, the me I am, I would have taken the fucking bag and left. But I couldn't take it back. I couldn't. Oh no, she's crossing the. I'm crossing the street again to harass another stranger for a cigarette. And what am I doing now? Like, I'm wandering around, asking people for water or some shit. It was so fucking weird. It's like I'm watching other people live my life for me while I'm just, like, helpless. Like, I just I fucking hate my life. I hate my fucking life. Oh God, I hate my life. I remember feeling like, you know, I was gonna kill myself for him. I shouldn't laugh. Was I? No, I think I was playing chicken. I think I was expecting him to, like, just show up and be like, don't do that. But I stopped myself. That's fucking sad. Like, I've never been suicidal, but I was gonna go into ongoing traffic. Like, what? Like I said, I just thought that maybe, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, I'm gonna read it again. This is fucking pathetic. This is my suicide note, guys. Oh, God. So pathetic. Billy, I wanted to be your everything. I left a place that was riddled with cruel racists, rapists, pedophiles, disguised pimps, and so much violence that I can no longer block out of my mind. I didn't want revenge. I wanted love and peace of mind. I am now facing the reminder of their plans. If I were to tell anyone about what they did and the bond you and I might have had, I tried to let go and just hope I could finally find you, and I can't even charge my phone long enough to see your face. And hear your sweet voice before I end this heartache and fear. I tried to push past this pain, the lack of food, water, sleep, and safety, but no matter how hard I try, I still can't accomplish a single thing. I thought you loved me, but it seems more and more like I'm just a splinter in your foot. The 2 hotels took all my money, and nobody will come help me, not even you. I was dumb for thinking this could be the start of a better life, but I can only pretend for so long. Please don't blame me. Please don't blame yourself. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm so sorry. I couldn't be stronger for you all. I guess I'm weaker than I thought. I love you so fucking much. I'm sorry. And then I took a Sharpie and I wrote, I can't lose you on the bottom. Like, how fucking pathetic is that? I'm keeping it though. Like, this is a reminder of how fucking dark things can get. Like, I did so much to try and pick up pieces of my life that this fucking stranger, this guy, oh God, oh, it's so pathetic. This fucking, oh, gosh, I'm slightly embarrassed for reading that again. Oh, God. And it's so easy for her to blame herself for these things. Because Paloma's always been the one blamed for everything wrong in the world. This is Ellie. I just wish that they had treated her better. Been more patient with her. Paid more attention to her. Fed her more. Degraded her less. Tortured her less. If any of these things had happened, you might not see me. You might not have met any of us. We probably wouldn't have existed to begin with. It's so hard to watch somebody hurt so much. And have so little fulfillment in their life, despite being so hopeful, so forgiving. Time after time, they fucked her up. Whether it be verbally, emotionally, physically, whatever. And she continued to talk to them as if they're equals. Those people are horrible. Every single one of them. They're fucking evil. Jill especially, so fucking malicious. That's why we tried to run away. Even when we were very, very little. And she doesn't remember a lot of it. Hell, even I don't. Because that's May. She's the youngest. Too young to really, like, comprehend what's going on around her. She remembers seeing snails on the pavement, walking through the woods, rain pouring. It's always an escape. I wonder if they knew. Maybe that's why they met in secret. Because they knew what she was capable of, maybe? Like a chameleon. So that's where we're at today. Just trying to keep our shit together. There's nobody here to hold us while we cry. That's alright, Paloma. I wonder how many more times she's gonna fucking put up with this shit. She called them the other day. What'd you expect? No, I don't want to hear about that shit. Fucking Jill. This bitch. Said that they were coming through Louisville and only had 15 minutes that they could stop by, but was like, listen, man, don't cuss like that. Don't talk like that. And don't vape while we're there. What? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Bitch, you don't fucking own me. You don't own me. You don't fucking give me a list of demands so that you can stay here for 15 minutes like it's a fucking pit stop. Bitch, get out my face. Fuck you with that bullshit. I'll keep that 15 minutes of peace and quiet. I'll keep that 15 minutes of satisfaction that you're not in my home, taking over my space. I'll fucking keep that 15 minutes. Fucking bitch. You got me fucked up. It pisses me off. Shit fucking pisses me off. You're the reason why we're in this position that we're in, bitch. It's lunacy. No, you're not welcome in my home if you have a list of demands. See you later. Could you have gone to fucking Georgia sooner? Dumb bitch. Like it would have been a fucking honor. This fucking bitch wanted me to lay out the red carpet treatment for her. Can't even give us a half hour of your time. But you want me to stop cussing and don't vape in my own home. We done passed that phase, bitch. I can say no to you any time of day and it's not gonna fucking bother me. No. Because we know that you are responsible for the way that I am, for the way that we are. You're the one that's fucking responsible. But you want me to treat you like you're a fucking queen coming into town? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Oh, God. Y'all gonna have to forgive me for all this cussing. Or don't. Or don't. Or you could just fucking escape. You could unfollow, unfriend. I don't care. Fucking A. I need to stop apologizing to everybody for everything. Fucking over this shit. I'm just tired of this shit. People with their fucking demands. Like, who are you to me? Where was you in the last month and a half when I was fucking trapped in fucking New York? Where was you then? You wasn't calling me. Wasn't nobody calling me. Nope. Not at all. I really like the combination of these two lipsticks. So this is the purple one. It's super fancy container. I guess you see the lace on it. Nice. NYX. It's a purple glittery. And then this one is my baby Hunk by NYX. Whatever. I don't fucking care. By the way, I'm going to be putting my stuff up for sale starting next month. When I get some more beads and shit. I've been practicing on some jewelry. Earrings mostly. I've got to get some wire to do like necklaces and bracelets and shit. You know what? I think I'm done here. I like the braid that I did though. I think that's cute. I liked when I was looking at my pictures and everything. I was like, oh, I need to do that more often. I like it. The single braid. Pin this back. I need to get another hair clip so I could clip it on the very back so it's like sleep, whatever. Anyways, I am out, guys. Wait, you know what? I'm not going to end it on just that. I want to sing a song, and y'all going to get over it. How about for a good old time's sake? Let me find it. Anybody want to guess what song I'm gonna sing? Or at least what artist? Oh, where is it? Alright. All right. Is this the right one? I'm on a wavelength. You guessed it. In every heart there is a room, a sanctuary safe and strong, to heal the wounds from lovers past, until a new one comes along. I spoke to you in cautious tones. You answered me with no pretense, and still I feel I said too much. My silence is my self-defense, and every time I've held a rose, it seems I only felt the thorns. And so it goes, and so it goes, and so will you soon, I suppose. But if my silence made you leave, then that would be my worst mistake. So I will share this room with you, and you can have this heart to break. And this is why my eyes are closed. It's just as well for all I've seen. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. So I would choose to be with you. That's if the choice were mine to make. But you can make decisions too, and you can have this heart to break. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. There we go, guys. Take care.